some events in life are so catastrophic that from that event, there's going to be many, many other life events surrounding it where you have to say, I forgive. My father was murdered. And when my father was killed, police were in the yard of our home, and I just said, and my heart was praying, Lord, I know Daddy is with you, and I know he's safe with you. And I kept saying, Lord, I forgive. I forgive the man who's done this. And over the years, I have learned that Daddy's death was just one event, and I forgave the man who took him away from us. But there are other events in a lifetime that come after where you have to say, I forgive. When I was getting married, my father was not there to walk me down the aisle as a bride. And I said, Lord, I forgive. When I was attending the trial of the murder, and I listened to the coroner describe my father's last moments, it was like getting hit in the chest. And I again said, Lord, I forgive. So there's been so many times, each child that has been born, my daughter, my two sons, and I knew they would never get to know their grandfather, I said, Lord, I forgive. I guess it's given me a new meaning to what Jesus said, that when you forgive, I want you to forgive 70 times 7. And I know that God has allowed me to do that. Somehow I knew when I was 20 years old and my father was killed that I could make a choice to forgive, not only for my own peace, but for all the people that I love. That my unforgiveness could somehow hurt my mother, my sister, my brother, my future husband, my future children. And I didn't want that. I've watched other people, and when they tell me they can't forgive, I see their anger, a great deal of hate, and I see their bitterness, and they can't see how this just spills over to others, that it hurts others that love them. And the best explanation I can think is that there's a Reverend Thompson whose wife was killed in the Charleston church. He came to our church one time and spoke, and he said, unforgiveness is like me drinking poison, but expecting it to hurt the other person. And it doesn't. The poison hurts me. It does nothing to the other person. And I also learned that as long as I hold bitterness or resentfulness to the person who has killed my father, that individual has a grip on me. He has a hold on my heart and my life, and I become his victim as well. I become another victim of the man who murdered my father, and I don't want that. And that was something that the Lord protected me for the rest of my life. And I could not have explained that to you at 20. I just knew that I had to forgive, that God had asked me to forgive, and that he loved me enough that he wouldn't ask me to do something for my harm, but for my good. So he tells us to forgive because he knows what will happen to our heart, and I earnestly ask you to forgive someone else from your heart. And I'm forever grateful that he taught me that lesson.